Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a mod for the D series called the D15 Off-Road Pontoons. So you get a normal D15 off-roader, you strap some pontoons to it, and now your off-road truck doubles as a boat. So there's basically no terrain this thing can't conquer in its current state. So let's go ahead and get this thing into the water. There's a little bit of preparation we'll have to do, but it's very, very easy. So we're going to just park the truck right here. You want to make sure you have a lot of room on both your left and your right, because you're going to hit the U key to open up the pontoons, and it takes a lot of space to do that. Now you'll notice I have the controls in the top right corner of the screen. If the controls are not listed for you, go to the menu, go to controls, and set them up. My controls weren't listed properly, so I had to set them up. I think the controls match up with the defaults, but if your controls are different, that's why. Anyways, once you got the pontoon set up, you can go ahead and get it into the water. And in this situation, you want to go into the water fast like that, because if you go slow, your truck will actually tip into the water. You'll hit the water face first, and you might roll over or something. When you go fast, you stay flat like I did, so you land in the water perfectly. Once you're in the water, use T, F, and H to control the vehicle. So T makes you go forward, and F and H do left and right steering. Now, as you can see, this is not a fast vehicle in the water, but it is extremely stable. If you're just driving around, there is no way you're going to tip this thing. Like, I'm going as fast as I can, cornering as hard as I can right here, and it's just staying perfectly flat. There is no concerns whatsoever about the stability of this thing. Also, you could turn the engine off completely while you're in the water if you wanted to, because you're actually relying on the pontoons for movement, not the engine. You could have the engine on and be revving the engine like crazy and nothing will happen. Watch. So engine's on. We're accelerating, but it's just spinning water. You're not going to move like that. These aren't paddle wheels, man. They're regular wheels. Anyways, once you're down in the water, you can go ahead and get the car back onto the land and drive it from there. So let's just slowly get this thing onto the land. And there we go. We're on land and we can keep on driving. And with the pontoons extended, you have extra stability compared to normal, but your car also takes up about the length of, or the width of two vehicles normally would. So if you're trying to go in between the trees, they're going to have a bad time. But you could always just raise the pontoons with the exact same button you set to lower them. And there we go. Now, if you actually roll this thing, one of the fun things you could do is use the pontoons to get yourself back upright as long as you don't damage them. So let's go ahead and try to roll this thing on the sand right here. We're going to get up to speed and then just carefully do a roll. If we can't do it here, we'll do a little bit of a cheater roll. There we go. Hopefully I didn't damage it. Alright, it doesn't look damaged. Now this will actually work even if we're not in the water. I didn't really foresee us falling into the water, but just for demonstration purposes, get out of the water! Get out of the water! Get out the water! Okay. So, open the pontoons and check this out. Leveling vehicle! Oh, and crushing the door in the process because I ripped the door open. But there we go. Look! Leveled up just like that. And of course it would have worked in the water as well, but I don't know if you guys would have believed me that would have worked on land and water. So now we're once again a boat, but I don't really want to drive this thing with the door open like that, so let's reset it. Now let me show you what happens if you enter the water at too slow of a speed. So let's go ahead and raise these pontoons so I don't crash into anything, and then lower them right here. So hopefully by the time I actually get to the water, they will be completely lowered. Perfect. So we're going to enter the water about 15 to 20 miles an hour, which is a decent speed, but not fast enough. So we're going to turn the engine off so it doesn't get flooded, but unfortunately, there's no way to actually get this thing right side up that I could find without using additional methods. So, I mean, you can't, like, use the vehicle's own power to flip it upright. But you can still drive it around. You use T to accelerate just like normal, but F and H are inverted because you're upside down, so the controls are going to be reversed. And I think it's a little bit slower too because it's underwater, so you have all this extra drag, because a real boat, it kind of skips on the top of the water to make it to have less drag. With this one, lots of drag and really slow. Now you're thinking, well, what if you raise the pontoons? Does that do anything? Unfortunately, it does not work. It kind of just jerks about and then breaks itself to pieces. Still floats and is still drivable, but it is broken. So let's get this thing back up on the land, and then I'll show you some other strategies you can use to enter the water. This one is really dumb, but it actually works. So if you want to enter the water, no matter what angle you're doing, you just want to make sure you land upright. What you do is you turn the engine off and just coast with the pontoons upright. So you're going to end up upside down, but wait! The pontoons will actually lift you like that. And then you're in submarine mode. So you can actually still drive this thing around like this, no problem. And again, it's slower than normal, but this works. Although the controls are still inverted because the pontoons haven't done their rotation outward, so the thrusters are actually pointing in the opposite direction. And then if you want to become a boat instead of a submarine, you just open the pontoons. They actually have enough strength to lift the truck out of the water like that. And then when you want to be a submarine again, you just go right back down under. Like, either way, you can do it, no problem. I thought that was pretty funny. So just, I am now a boat. It has a little bit of a hop to it as it gets out the water, and it's good to go. You know, I think might be fun to do is, let's try driving into the water at a really high speed and see what happens. So I'm thinking over 100 miles per hour, hopefully, but we got to get to somewhere we could actually get up to speed, which will probably be that end area over there. We got to get there, though, and it's a little bit of a maze through here, if I remember correctly. Alright, not too bad. This is a straightaway. So I'm right on the edge, which makes it easier. I was hoping that would happen, because if I had to go through the middle section, there are containers everywhere. It's a little bit of a pain to navigate through. So like right here, there's all these containers slowing me down. So I'm going to go ahead and set a reset spot right here, just in case anything doesn't go according to plan. And then we floor it. See if we can get up to hopefully about 100 miles an hour. Try to also keep the car straight in the process. Lower the pontoons. Looking like close to 100. There's 100 and pontoons. That was beautiful. And look how fast we were going just for a second until we lost momentum. That was great. Ooh, I just had a really dumb idea. Okay. Bring this thing back up to land. Go ahead and keep the pontoons up. And we're going to attach a trailer to this thing and see if we can pull the trailer into the water or not. We're going to just do the small flatbed trailer because I don't think other trailers will work too well, and it just ended up directly in the water, so I'll go ahead and teleport it right there and save that spot a little bit better. Then we're going to go to the truck, and we need to add the tow hitch to it, so we're going to go to the parts menu, go to frame, tow hitch, and add it on. Now all we got to do is just back this thing up, and I don't have the control listed for the tow hitch at the top ever. It's just not a feature of the game, so you got to know what it is. And the control is L, so you hit L, and we got it. So now we're just going to go ahead and accelerate into the water and see what happens. So floor it, lower the pontoons, and hopefully we can get up to about 100 miles per hour again, and we're going to see what happens here. So it's going to be close to 100, a little bit slower. Oh, actually just 100. And the trailer's actually staying. Uh-oh. It's starting to bring me down. Are the pontoons strong enough to not be affected by all that extra weight in the rear? It looks like it. It's keeping me on the water, but I think it's slowing it down a lot because it is like sitting vertical there, and I'm losing control actually. Like, I don't want it to go to the left, but it's going to the left anyways. What if we actually let it just kind of come to a stop? What will the trailer do? Will it actually drag it down, or is it going to be okay? Now, the back is submerged quite a bit, but it's alright. So you know what that means? We need a heavier trailer. So we'll replace this trailer with the travel trailer, and we're going to get the standard version with all the accessories and stuff. Back this thing in. Right about there looks good. Attach the trailer. Come to me as I vacuum you onto my trailer hitch. Perfect. And then away we go. Actually, you know, I just noticed something before we do this. The pontoons would work really well to stop you from jackknifing, wouldn't it? So like if we try to actually jackknife, it just kind of hits the pontoons. Yeah. Ha! No tight maneuvers though with the pontoons open. Anyways, let's floor it and see how fast we can go. I don't think this one will get up to 100 miles per hour, unfortunately, but we should be a good speed of about 80 to 90 miles an hour. I'm gonna put a little bit of slow-mo on this one, so here we go, into the water. Ooh, it's staying on it just for a little bit. I know it's gonna fall eventually, but I'm curious, will it actually take my whole truck down with it, or will it just kind of drag along? I'm pretty sure it'll take the truck down. The pontoons aren't that strong, are they? Oh no, here we go. Bye-bye, truck. Oh, it's trying so hard to stay upright, but the trailer's too heavy. Oh, interesting though, it's kind of getting upside down. Well, I wonder then, if I had the pontoons upright, would it have worked? So we're going to try this again. Go ahead and keep the pontoons upright from the start. Is that close enough for the trailer? It's a little far, isn't it? Oh, it got it. All right. Attached. And then here we go. Try number 2. And this is just kind of to see what happens because I'm curious. I don't think it'll make too big of a difference, but it might. And if it might, we got to test it. And this time we'll just do it in full speed. Make sure you can see everything nice and clearly. Oh, that worked awful. That was awful. Well, actually, no, that was still awful. I thought maybe it was going to pop back up somehow. I wouldn't know how that would have worked, but I had a little bit of hope for it. All right, let's go and bring this thing back. And I want to see, is there any place on this map for my next idea? Perfect. Okay. Here's my really dumb idea. We're going to put the truck over here. We're going to attach the trailer to the truck. And then we're going to drive across that gap of water right there. And hopefully get to land. So I'm looking at where the land is. We want to go a little bit to the right for the ideal path, probably. So we got the truck over there already. Now we're going to want to get the trailer over here, and they're both pointed the wrong direction. Trailer's not even upright. Oh, the trailer's over there now. That's not right. Trailer, you want to be right there, like that-ish. Good enough, good enough. I think I don't need to adjust it anymore. We'll just make sure we save that spot good. We'll grab the truck. You gotta line it up. I'll also save the spot once it's lined up because I don't know if this will take multiple attempts or not. Park it right there. Looks good. Save the spot. Then we attach the trailer. Lower the pontoon so I don't have to deal with that later on because there's really not a lot of room to accelerate here. You don't have time to accelerate and then lower the pontoons. Okay, that alignment looks pretty good, so now we floor it and see if this works or not. There we go. We gotta go a little bit to the right for the ideal route. Come on, come on! Oh, it's so close. No, it's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Wait a minute, we stopped sinking. Is the trailer bottoming out? Ooh, it is. Interesting. Wait a minute, we're moving still. Oh, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. This is great. It's still moving, right? Yeah, we're gonna make it. Oh, it stopped. Why? Oh, come on. Just a few feet away. All right. Here's the dumb strategy time. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to lower the pontoon and see if we can get traction. Okay, so we can get traction with the front wheels right there. You know what that means? We got to drive out of here. So lower the pontoon and just gun it. Gun it. Gun it. Gun it. Yes. Ha! That actually worked. We actually cleared the gap with a trailer attached to the truck. I can't believe that. That is amazing. That is awesome. Let's since we've attached everything else to this thing already, let's go ahead and attach the giant flail and see what that does. So this should drag me down pretty good, but my question is really how much will it drag me down? So let's get it attached, and since we don't have a lot of room to get up to speed actually, let's raise the pontoons to enter the water. That way, I don't have to worry about trying to enter the water at a high rate of speed. We can just kind of cruise off of here at a low speed, and then raise the pontoons. Ooh, it's actually pulling me down hard. This is more than an anchor. This is way more than an anchor. How much does that thing weigh compared to the trailer? I think it's, pulling just as hard as the trailer did. Let me check the weights real quickly here. So the giant flail weighs, it does not tell you here. How unfortunate. Well, I know the trailer tells you the weight. The trailer weighs 2,469 pounds. Let's figure out how much that thing weighs because I am curious now. So to do that, we're going to grab the weight pad and spawn that thing up. And all we do is we just drop it on that. Where is the weight pad? Somewhere around here. I'll just teleport it. There it is. We grab the anchor. I call it the anchor now. We're just gonna set it right there. How much does it weigh? Oh, it's gonna weigh about a little bit under 2,000 pounds, it looks like. Yeah, 1861. So I guess it's just a matter of density. That thing is so much denser, it really pulls it down. With the trailer, it floated a little bit because it wasn't that dense. I have one more stupid idea I want to do with these pontoons. And to do that, I'm gonna go to grid map. And you're thinking, WhyBeAre, there's no water at grid map. What are you doing? Crash testing! I fully admit this first test is completely stupid, but I think it'll be fun to do. So let's go ahead and spawn up a D series, and we're going to get this one in solar yellow. And then we're going to spawn up 2 other vehicles for this test. Ooh, it changes the colors of the pontoons. I never noticed that because I never tried in other colors. That's awesome! So anyways, we're going to get the H25 Vandal in red, and then we'll get another one in a different color. So we got red and yellow. What goes good with red and yellow? I mean, red and yellow actually just go good together. So you know what? Let's just get another red one. That's actually a good color combination here. And we're going to park one of these on each side of the truck. Sounds simple so far. And I think you already know where this is going based on that, don't you? We're going to either lift the truck into the air or crush the Vansters. I have no idea which is going to happen here for sure. So park it right about there. You want to center the roof of this thing with the pontoons probably to get it to actually stay on properly. So that looks pretty centered, even though it's not actually centered with the truck itself. And we'll do the exact same thing with this one. I'm putting them real close. I have no idea how close this actually needs to be, but I figure you can't get too close, can you? Probably you can, but I didn't think of the possibility of it. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Am I stuck on them a little bit? No, just car's inching weirdly. All right, so now, set up. Here we go. Let's do it from the front so you can see this all happening. All right. Open the pontoons! That worked amazing. Oh my goodness, I couldn't ask for that to work any better. Okay, can we lower them and then have it like still in between them? Oh, that is beautiful. Good. I'm happy that it actually worked because I want to save these positions just in case this I want to do it again or something, because I didn't think it would work out that amazingly. Okay, so back up into the air with you. And we're gonna try to drive it. It's like, how you gonna drive 2 cars at once, YBR? Because I got 2 feet and 2 hands. That's how. That don't even make sense, I know. Now the real way is just gonna have them both drive forward. So you freeze physics, accelerate, and then accelerate, and they should both just drive forward. Maybe I'll turn this one a little bit into the other one. Oh, there's gonna be a suspension test. That's gonna be rough. Oh, but look at it, it's working! It's working! I can't steer anywhere, unfortunately, so we're just at the mercy of wherever. Well, there goes one of them, and the truck's gonna, oh my goodness. That was amazing. I was on one set of wheels for a good few seconds. I don't know how that thing was staying upright. That was beautiful. All right, so we get both of these back. And I wonder if I can actually like crush them. If I go up, down, will it crush them at all? Oh, I can make like little indentations in the roof for the pontoons, right? Let's see, did that do any kind of crushing motion actually? No, not really, but I know how to make it have a crush. We go to the environment and we just increase gravity a little bit until it's actually causing some damage to the roofs. Oh my goodness, the pontoons aren't strong enough for this. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Let's not do that. Okay, so up into the air. Perfect. And then let's go for another drive. I like that. That was amazing the first time. So accelerate and accelerate. And off we go. I'm not going to do any steering this time. I'm just going to watch. Last time I was trying to do some steering to compensate. This time, no. They're just steering on their own. Oh, they're gonna hit the jumps. They're gonna fly. Bye-bye, pontoons. Awesome. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do with that. That's an amazing setup, but I can't really think of more to do than just a couple of runs right there, because that's probably the best roof there is for that. So next, another dumb idea. We're gonna back this thing up, respawn both of these vandals. So I'll let this one crash real quickly. Boom! And then we respawn it. How's my truck doing? All right, it's nice and backed up. Lower the battering rams. Preparing for impact. Charge! And this is like threading the needle right here in terms of precision. I don't know if I could do this. I'm gonna put a little bit of slow-mo on to try to get a little bit more precision here. Thread this needle. Thread this needle. Thread it. Thread it. Yes! Oh, goodness. It just tore my pontoon straight off. Wow. I can still drive, though. I have my pieces of the, oh, that piece actually landed on my, windshield. How did that happen? That was pretty cool, though. I was hoping to do a little bit more damage to the vehicles. Hey, pontoon, what you doing over there? You trying to become a banana? Ain't gonna happen. You never gonna be a banana. You could dream all your life like, I want to be a banana someday. It ain't happening. You'll never do it. You're never gonna accomplish your dreams. You're a pontoon. Let's just chuck this thing into the air to finish up this vehicle, and then we're gonna be done except for Leap of Death, because this could be fun at Leap of Death. There we are. And now on to Leap of Death, because we're gonna do this a little bit differently than normal, but we're still gonna do the same basic idea as usual. We're gonna start off just as you would expect. We're gonna grab the D series pontoon, and then we're gonna drive it right off of the cliff, just like normal. But then things are gonna be changed up just a little bit here. So we go and drive, drive, drive. And then right as we hit the end, we're gonna freeze physics, and then I'm gonna just teleport this thing a bunch of feet in front of where it currently is, and hopefully it'll maintain momentum. And if I position this correctly, it should fall directly into the water. I mean, if I didn't position it correctly, I can adjust it later on, but it looks like it might work. And this is like, let's say the army said, we have a new invention. We could drop a boat from a plane, it lands on the water, and it might be functional. Here's the test run. Oh, the parachute failed or something like that, right? Because, yeah, this is going to hit so hard. I don't see it actually working, but I had to check. I had to check. So, 16 times slow-mo on this one. Oh, no. Nope, pontoons are breaking apart. Pontoons are breaking apart. Well, look at this. It's going to float. Hold on here. So it actually can get up to the water. Can we still actually lay the pontoons down? One of them... Oh, it just broke. It just broke. I was going to say one of them wants to, but that's not going to work out. So let's reduce the height a little bit. I wonder if you can drop it from a decent height, though. Like, that's a pretty reasonable height right here, I would say, to do the next test. Still a huge height, and I don't expect it to work, but gotta see to know. We gotta make sure we put the pontoons in. Although, I wonder if having the pontoons out would slow you down like wings or not. Alright. Nope, still too much, so we're gonna go ahead and... That was actually weird. It's instability detected and auto reset it, so... I'm gonna say we'll bring it down to about right there. That looks like a good spot. So a little bit lower. And we're just gonna keep lowering it and lowering it and lowering it. See if there's any large height at all that you can drop this thing into there from. So here we go. Oh, there you go. Alright, this one might work. Turn the engine off. Don't want to flood it. So we're now at the top of the water. Then all we do is we open the pontoons. Look at that. Actually worked. That's awesome. I wanted to get like an angle of this thing that you could normally get right there. There is my pontoon truck. Perfect. Anyways, that will do it for this video. Till next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.